Career Construction Interview Part 1. Okay, so my name is Marjorie Brown. I'll be conducting your career construction interview. Your name is?
I'm Rob.
Okay, Rob. So, a career construction interview is really an assessment, a way to kind of discuss what kind of things you might look for in a career and kind of point you in a direction. Um, and so, I'm going to be writing things down while you talk to me, but that doesn't mean I'm not listening. It just kind of means that I'm going to be able to give you this and you're going to have something solid to take home with you afterwards. So, is that okay if I write things down?
That's fine.
And you're okay with being recorded? My professor and her TA will see this.
That's fine.
Okay, great. So the first question is, how can I be useful to you as you construct your career?
Um, right now I'm in a career change.
Okay.
I'm looking for it. I'm trying to figure out what my next move would probably be.
Okay. And so what can I do for you?
So for me, as of right now, it's just kind of figuring out the transition of how to find a better job opportunity or what might be best for me. Um,
All right. And so I'll just let you know that here I'm not going to tell you exactly what career you go into. I'm not here to direct you in that way, but just to kind of give you a guideline and show you what you might want. So this is all about you, and this is your story, and I'm just writing it down.
okay.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. And so I want to know, could you tell me a few people, three preferably, that you admired when you were growing up? These can be like real life people, they can be characters, whatever you want.
Um, Three people that I admired growing up. I admired I admired my mother.
Okay.
Not to say why. Tell you why.
Sure, yeah.
Uh, so I admire my mom. Excuse me. So I admire my mother or whatever because, you know, she took a lot on her plate as far as taking care of her kids and taking care of her family, our grandparents, and just being a helping hand. You know, she had a lot of responsibility that, I understand when you have children that, you pretty much end your life for like sacrifice your life for your family. You know what I'm saying, to make sure that they're good. And I feel like she really sacrificed a lot to make sure that her children were good, to make sure her parents were good. You know.
Okay. Um, that's really great. I'm seeing like a theme of like sacrificing, kind of doing stuff for the greater good. So I am going to tell you that we can't choose parents for this. So because the idea is that you don't get to choose your parents. Um, so who would you choose to admire?
So when I say you can't choose parents, can I not choose family members either? Because I can't choose them either.
You can choose family members for this. It's just if it's like a mother or father figure role, I would ask you to do something different. And that's why we kind of said it could be characters, it could be someone on TV, it could be somebody in a book, it could be a teacher, anything like that.
Okay. I gotta think about it. Give me a second.
Go ahead.
Um, I said not like a parental role at all.
I mean, if they were like a parent figure to you, that's fine. I'm just saying not your mother or father.
Okay. So um, I'll say my uncle.
Okay.
Would that work?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, my uncle. He did have like a parental role in my life, whatever. However, like he didn't have to. You know. It's just like a father figure and whatnot.
Tell me more about him.
Um, he was a very confident man, very like an athlete and an athlete. There was a lot of things that he still instilled in me as a child that most parent people don't. Like he taught to me as if I was an adult. He put things in the perspective for me when I was young. That most people don't. You feel me? Because when you're a child, a lot of times people treat you as such. But he didn't limit me to think like a child. He challenged me to think a bigger picture. You as far as my decisions having consequences, as far as like what do I want to accomplish in my life, as far as like how do I treat my family, how do I treat my friends, everything that saying necessarily character traits that really need to be instilled in young men today. So I felt like that was very influential in my life. Um, so that's one.
Okay.
All right, so
It sounds like that's a big one.
that's a
So
big
that's
one.
good.
That's a big one. Other two. Um, okay, I have my football coach,
Okay.
Coach Reeds.
Coach Reeds?
Yeah, like the cracker.
Ritz?
It's Reeds, but it's like the spell like the cracker.
Oh, that's an interesting name.
Yeah.
Okay. So what about Coach Reeds?
So Coach Reeds, it was really um, an experience. The um, It was an experience because one, he came into our program, our football program, and he had big dreams as far as what we were going to accomplish and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. However, it it took for everybody to be on board to get along, go along with the plan, his plan of action. Um, he was he was a very good football coach, and even with that being said, although he was our football coach, there was a lot of life skills that he taught us as well. You know, at this point, my uncle had passed away. So he just was another figure in our life. And on top of that, he was white. You know what I'm saying? He was a different race than us. So like for you know somebody of a different race to be
Mm-hmm.
that you know caring and wanting to have a helping hand in our lives, and was completely genuine about it. Like like open up his home to us. He bring his daughter around us and really babysitted her
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. Like it was really like a family, orientation about it. He had big dreams for us, each and one of his athletes to go to college. He
Yeah.
was like everyone's to go to college, and he put in perspective that like at that age it was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to college and play ball and have everything paid for and this that and the third. But he put in perspective like, what if you get hurt?
Mm-hmm.
Like most coaches are going to use you as a tool so that way they can look better, or what I'm saying, when they get to they send you off, yeah, that way I send him this way, But he really made you think about what happens if you get hurt, you know, like what happens if something happens, if God forbid, like your family has a situation, or if you get a girl pregnant or anything like that, like what happens if life happens, you know.
So he kind of made you look outside the box.
Exactly, made us look outside the box in certain situations. And at that age, it was really an age where we really made a lot of bad decisions
Mm-hmm.
anyway. So it was necessary to have somebody that cared,
Mm-hmm.
and really put his own scenarios into like put his own scenarios into our lives. You know what I'm saying? Because like any other, if like everybody makes mistakes and everybody's been a child before, so
I apologize. I had to sneeze. Okay. So we were talking about how Coach Reeds really cared about you guys, despite the fact that he didn't have to, and he kind of like put himself out there in a genuine way.
hmm yeah. So
Is there anything else you want to say about him?
um. Basically, he did have a big role in our lives. Yeah.
Okay, one more person.
All right, the last person.
Like I said, it could be anybody you look up to. It doesn't have to be a real person.
It doesn't have to be a real person.
No, it could be a cartoon character
Okay.
if you want. It could be someone on TV. It could be a superstar. And this is like when you were a kid too.
Oh, as a child too. Okay.
Yeah.
Um. Another person I guess I looked up to was
It's kind of hard, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
it is kind of hard.
And some of these questions are questions that you probably have not thought about.
No.
So they're going to kind of, take you aback for a second. But just try to think of anybody like some kids admired Superman when they were growing up.
Actually, I was gonna say that.
You
So
were gonna say Superman?
I hate that you kind of said that one.
That's
Well, you
fine.
know what? Superman is the third person.
So, what is it about Superman that
Uh,
you admire?
uh, what I admired about Superman was the fact that it made me think that anything is possible as far as like you can accomplish any goal. You know what I'm saying? Man of Steel, he really has all these superpowers that can allow him to do anything. You feel me?
Hmm.
And granted, he had a weakness of kryptonite. We all have our weaknesses in life, but it depends on how we overcome. Because he always overcame and always won his battles against whoever it was that he had to fight.
That's really beautiful.
Thanks. Like a poet.
Just 1 second, I'm still writing.
That's fine.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm a little bit slow writer. Okay, so that was three people you admire. So the next question we're going to go to. So do you read any magazines? If you don't read magazines, that's okay. Or watch any television shows regularly?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And which ones are these? I'm going to ask you for three again.
Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big show for me. Grew up on it.
Dragon Ball Z. And what do you like about that?
Dragon Ball Z I like because it kind of has the same like definition as Superman, but like it was almost like he had a family around him, but that everyone in his family was trying to make themselves better, make themselves stronger, protect the people that they care about.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Do you still watch Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. These aren't.
Still watch Dragon Ball Z.
Okay. And so what else?
The other one is Naruto. I'm kind of a big anime fan kind of guy.
I see.
Yeah, yeah.
What about Naruto?
So Naruto, this kid just had all odds against him. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like just back against the wall, and everything just pretty much that would go wrong could go wrong.
Mhm.
But his positivity has got him through, made him gain friends through being positive, helped him
Mhm.
become a better person, helped him become more mature. So it's something just his positivity overall kind of like made him a better person.
So it sounds like he kind of has this positive attitude through
Hmm.
his journey.
Through his journey, yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. And if I can, like, be transparent with you, I'm seeing like this theme of heroes, like
Yeah.
in, um, what's another word? Like heroes kind of in odd or dark places, like unusual places. If that makes sense. Not
Mm-hmm.
unusual as in weird, but just like in unexpected places. Is
Mm-hmm.
that okay? Okay, so do you have another show?
Uh, well, like a movie.
Mm,
Can that work? Can that work? Movie
that's
work?
the next question. So if you
Um.
have a show, or anything you just do
Okay.
regularly or weekly,
Okay.
listen to
Another show.
podcasts or read any magazines, that's cool too.
Here goes. I'll give you another show.
Got it.
Are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun. Let me get The Walking Dead
For 500?
for 500.
Okay. And
Yeah.
what do you like about The Walking Dead?
So The Walking Dead was just it's kind of like a decision making show. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like what are you gonna do if you know everybody's back against the wall with the situation? Like if somebody's trying to kill you, you're gonna kill them, kind of thing. Like who's survival of the fittest kind of thing.
Survival of the
Yeah.
Fittest. Okay.
You know.
I've always wanted to watch that show.
Really?
Not always, but I've been thinking about it lately, so I'm
Yeah.
glad that you like it.
That's straight. Yeah, you'll enjoy it. You like zombies?
No,
No.
quite scared. That's why I didn't want to
So
watch
that's
it
probably
first.
why you haven't started watching it yet.
Could be.
Yeah, that's
Okay, so the next question is movie. So, what's your favorite book or movie? And once you decide that, can you tell me the story of how that went?
Mm. See, this was easier when it was like part of the questions as far as like TV shows. When it comes to movies, like I'm a big movie person. So okay, let me think. So um, I like Boys in the Hood or like A Menace to Society.
You can just pick one.
Love and Basketball.
It's like three. I
It's
just
like
need
three.
one. Yeah.
You just need one altogether.
Just tell me like your favorite book or movie, and then just kind of tell me the story behind it.
Okay, I'm thinking Harry Potter.
Okay, that's mine too. Which
Really?
one?
You like Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
that's awesome.
which one?
Um, I like the first one, honestly.
The Sorcerer's
The
Stone.
Sorcerer's Stone. I know they get better, but the first one is just, they're just innocent. You know what I'm saying? They really don't know anything. They're really just figuring out the world, almost like the world that they don't know. Well, Harry doesn't know about.
Innocent, learning about this brand new world.
They're really genuine. You know, they kind of get. It's kind of like opens their eyes to like evil in the world, corruption and stuff like that.
Yeah. So can you tell me a little more about the story that you anything else you like?
Yeah, I really like the bond that Harry, Hermione, and Ron had. Like they had a really genuine friendship. You know, they looked out for each other. Like that's why I said I like the first one because later on they have a Hillcrux and so Ron turns on Harry and stuff like that. But like it was out of his control. But within the first one, like they were really like, oh, we're best friends and we're gonna look out for each other no matter what.
Nice. Okay. So the next question is, can you tell me your favorite saying or motto? Do you have any quotes that kind of stick with you?
Um, Friendship is essentially so.
Friendship. And what does that mean to you?
So to me, that means everything. I'm a big candidate of like being a good friend to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like being a good friend to somebody who cares about you. Being a friend, being a friend to somebody when they can't be a friend to themselves. You feel me? Like it really means a lot to me. It's essential. Because sometimes your friend's gonna need a shoulder to cry on. They're gonna need somebody to laugh with. All that. You know what I'm saying? So being a genuine friend, somebody that looks out for them, is necessary. I feel like.
Yeah, it's really important to you. I can hear it. Okay. So you ready for the last question? Okay, so it's another three-parter. This one I wanted to know about your. You okay? I want to know about your earliest recollections. So I'm kind of interested in hearing the three stories you remember that you remember first, like from the ages like 3 to 6. This is like first memories, whatever pops into your head. So can you tell me about those?
Um, First memories.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my first memory, I guess, will be maybe kindergarten or something like that. I don't
Okay.
know.
And what happened?
I remember like being like a rebel, almost like even at that age, like kind of like not going with the flow. Like I'm going to the bathroom. I'm in kindergarten and literally roaming the halls, and actually when I was able to reach the door, like I actually went outside the building and whatnot.
Is that like one specific memory, or you just kind of remembering your
I
personality?
kind of remember like I remember that was one specific memory, and that all happened at one time. Like I roamed the hallways and went outside and stuff like that, because I didn't
Okay.
want to be there, not like in school kind of thing.
So when you were 5, you left the classroom?
Yeah, it's kind of bad, bro. I think about like 5, and I was just they let me go to the bathroom alone. Like just all right, go handle yourself. I don't know. maybe I,
So instead of going to the bathroom, we're just walking around.
yeah, basically.
And so what were you thinking, 5-year-old Rob, when you're walking around the school by yourself?
Um, like which way to get out of here? Which way to go home? It's
You
kind
were
of
trying to go home.
yeah, it's kind of I remember.
Do you remember why?
I don't remember really why.
Yeah.
I don't really remember why. I tell you the truth.
Maybe you're just bored or
I
something.
think I was probably bored.
Okay. Do you have another one?
Um, I remember being in a lot of sports like in first grade. Like I was in a lot of stuff. I did like karate, football. Like it was a lot, you know. So I remember, like those kind of blend together. But like
Yeah.
I remember, you want to
So,
be more specific with
yeah,
one.
we're kind of looking for like your earliest specific memories.
So
Like,
earliest specific memories.
yeah.
Earliest.
Like for example, one of my earliest memories was going to Disneyland and getting lost. And so I just like remember seeing this big sign and looking at it, and then my group that I was with like walked away, and that's what I remember about it. And I
How
remember
were you when
bits
that
and pieces.
happened?
It was fine.
Are you
But yeah.
fine? I didn't mean to like put you on the spot.
No, you're
Like
fine.
that.
So that's just kind of like an example of what we're looking for.
Okay. I remember I had to be like 7. It's kind of early memories. That too late in the game.
If that's the earliest you have.
I can't really think of stuff right now, but I remember like getting my arm stuck in like the playground and like yeah, we playing like tag
Mhm.
in Duncanville, like the park or whatever, and it's like big park.
Mhm.
And so I ended up sticking my arm into like the little wooden thing, and my arm got stuck. And like the kid that I was reaching for
Mhm.
thought I was like joking, like so I could tag him, and so he dipped and like went all the way across the park, and like I was like on the far side of the park, so nobody was over there. Like so I was like really stuck there for like a good like hour and a half until like it was time to go, and they had to like call the fire department and
Really?
like the police and use the jaws of life to like get my arm out.
Jaws of life.
Yeah,
7-year-old Bob got his arm stuck and had to call the
yeah,
fire department.
yeah. Now that I think like, come on, I'm stuck in a lot of stuff. Like, you think you would learn your lesson, you know?
Sometimes it takes a
It
couple
takes a couple
of
times, you know?
tries.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need one more memory. And
Um,
remember, this can be anywhere from 3 to 6, but 7 was okay.
okay, 3 to 6, 7 is okay.
7 was okay.
All
We're
right.
looking for like your earliest
Earliest,
memories.
earliest memory.
Mhm.
Earliest memory.
Even if it's just a screenshot of
I
something.
remember. Here goes another memory.
Okay.
Bingo. So, I remember I had to be 4. I must have been 4 because we're 4 years apart. So,
Mhm.
my sister was born.
Okay.
Yeah. And, like, I remember, like, her coming home. And like the first time I got a chance to hold her, I was laying in the bed, and
Mhm.
so like it was like you can't move yet, just hold her and be still or whatever. So I'm laying in the
Mhm.
bed like holding my sister, and like my grandparents, my uncle, and my mom were all like standing at the doorway and talking to her. You know, what I'm saying like she could really understand me. Like, yeah, so that right there is my grandma. That's what our
Mhm.
grandma. That right there is my is daddy man. That right there is uncle. And like so I remember just introducing her to everybody. So I was like 4.
Oh, that's a nice memory.
Yeah.
Family was watching. Okay, so the next part of this is I'm wondering if these memories in your life were like a headline in a newspaper, what would the headline be? What would you name it? So we can start with the first one. So the 5-year-old Bob who left the classroom was walking around trying to go home.
Probably
What?
should have picked a better memory,
That's a good memory. What would you call it?
but the road less traveled.
The road less traveled.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
I
Why
think
that?
better at naming like titling my dream, titling my memories than actually remembering my memories. But I say that because um, I felt like that was like out of the norm for a 5-year-old child to be doing is roaming the hallways on his
Yeah.
own. You know, like just doing my own thing. You know.
Yeah. That's a
So
good title for that then.
uh,
Okay, so what about the next one? 7-year-old playing in the park, got your arm stuck, jaws of life had to come get you. What would you call that one?
um, either it'd be named Stuck Like Chuck or
Mm-hmm.
Between a Rock and a Hard Place.
You choose.
I
They're
think
both
between
very
a rock
good.
and a hard place is what I'm
Rock and
doing.
a hard place. That's a
Yeah,
good
between a
one.
rock and a hard place.
I think that one's more self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus that stuff like checking with me.
No, not versus the other
Oh,
one.
okay.
Just
Okay. Okay. Okay.
sorry.
I got you. Nah, I didn't understand what you meant. Cool.
Okay, so now you're. This is a memory where your sister is born and your family is watching and you're introducing her to everyone while you hold her.
Um, I will say that memory was. Oh, I probably would name it like Dreams of the Future, probably, or something like that. I don't know.
Dreams of the
I don't
future.
really like that title, but if I had more time, I'd probably come with a better one. But that's fine. Dreams of
That's
the
fine.
Future is
That
fine.
settles for now.
That settles for
What?
now.
Why dreams of the future?
I say Dreams of the Future because it was almost unrealistic. It was almost
Mhm.
unreal, like to be holding my little sister at that moment. So it was like a dream, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And like,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm sitting here explaining to her like her family, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, and how we're gonna live our life, you know what I'm saying? And just all the stuff we're gonna do.
Mhm.
Like, so I was planning on our future and just sitting there dreaming and just enjoying her company, you know what I'm saying? She looks up at me like with awe, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, so that's probably what I would name that
Well, that's really great. So you have done the hard part. And so what I can tell you is that I'm seeing a lot of themes already in here. And so what I'm
one.
going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to work on the back and do this worksheet and fill it out for you.
Okay.
And so when we meet tomorrow, we're going to use this worksheet and we're going to go over your assessment results and talk about what I kind of saw in the story that you gave me and what
Okay.
you see in the story that you gave me, what you feel matches for you. Is that okay?
Sounds
All
good.
right, well, I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.